He did endorse John Sununu in New Hampshire. Even though the Sununus have had their own history with Trump, and he got beyond Sununu. That's who the Republican leaders did want in that primary. But there's also personal grudges that oftentimes drives Donald Trump. Breaking news that drives Donald Trump to make some decisions, as he did in Louisiana, going after Bill Cassidy, who's a veteran Republican incumbent. He got Julia Letlow, a candidate, to run in this race against Bill Cassidy. Why? Because Cassidy voted to convict Trump in his second impeachment trial, even though Cassidy has done so many things since then to try to align himself with Trump, even voting to confirm RFK Jr., the decisive vote to do just that. I asked Cassidy last week whether he regrets his vote to convict Donald Trump.
I can go down the list of things that I've done for my state, and that's what people are going to vote on.
So he's clearly upset at your vote to convict him.
You're asking me the president's motivations. Yeah. I can't comment on that, and frankly, I don't think you can either.
No, but your vote. Do you regret that vote to convict him?
My point is that, and you do a good job of this, ascribing to others their motivations. And I just don't think that's fair.
No, I'm asking you your vote. Do you regret your vote to convict him?
So I'm commonly asked by reporters, how do I feel and how do I regret? And all I can say, brother, is you live your life forward.
You live your life forward.
Manu, that was excellent, by the way. That was a really good follow-up. Yeah.
I tried.
I think people kind of overthink this stuff, right? Your basic assumption about Trump's motives is obviously the correct one. He holds grudges. And the benefit of holding the grudge in this case is that it shows that it's weird. Like the pro-Cassidy people, and you can have some sympathy for Cassidy, who bent over backwards knowing that confirming RFK Jr. was a disaster for public health, and the guy's a doctor. But it shows that you cannot get back on Trump's good side. You should not risk getting on Trump's bad side, because once he dislikes you and is angry at you, it's almost impossible to get back. Mm-hmm. And
loyalty's a one-way street.
Right. Remember after the 2018 landslide midterms, Trump's lesson from that, where the Democrats picked up 8,000 House seats or something, was the Republicans who lost, it was because they didn't embrace me, right? Did not embrace. And he reads through the list of losers, saying if they only embraced me in states where people were voting to send a message to Trump, it was all sort of egomaniacal nonsense. On the Texas stuff, I just want to point out, the Texas GOP, Texas basically has two GOPs now. The Paxton impeachment thing demonstrated that. There's a MAGA GOP there, and there's sort of the normie establishment GOP. And I think that the problems that the Trump administration is having and the GOP is having in Texas is prologue to the problems we're going to see in a post-Trump era. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to talk about how the MAGA coalition, the Trump coalition, will just simply be inherited by J.D. Vance or something like that. We're going to see massive splintering between these different factions of the GOP, and we're seeing it right now in Texas.
No question about it, with huge consequences determining the result of that fight will have huge consequences for the battle for the Senate. All right. He's got the biggest stage in the